Hi everybody, it's Aviva. Hi. Um, I am reporting on just some things that are going on. This isn't exactly a weight update, but I will let you know where I am with that. But first let me show you my brand new couch, because I'm loving it. Isn't it pretty? It's called Rodney. We don't know why. Anyway, it's very comfy. Anyway, okay. So I have some things that I need to report about my health. I'm fine, like not anything seriously bad. This is all weight loss related, I think. So I went for a physical, and I also went for another reason because I was suffering from this numbness and tingling in my fingers and toes, and I assumed that it was weight loss related, that your body doesn't adjust the same, and it's been winter and this and that. Anyway, I also had this sort of numbness in my back, along the side of my spine, but to the left, kind of where my lung would be, left lung. And so that numbness was weird, and so I decided to go see my GP. And so for the hands, he diagnosed Raynaud's phenomenon, which, it's fine. It's pretty common. It's not a big deal. For the back numbness, though, he referred me to a neuro consult. So so I had a bunch of labs done, and I went for the neuro consult, and he's ordering a CAT scan, but it's just a rule-out CAT scan. It's not like, they're suspecting something. They're just, trying to rule out anything in particular. But he did think it was odd. But the one correlation that I can make to my weight loss journey has been that in the first set of labs that I had, it showed that I have a B12 deficiency, which isn't surprising because I haven't been eating well for a very long time, and I'll get more to that later. But apparently your levels for B12 are supposed to be above 200, and normal is 200 to 500 or something, but below 200 is considered a deficiency, and my result was 136. So after my nutritionist got over her apoplectic seizure over that, she ordered a whole bunch of supplements, which I've been very non-compliant in taking all this, post-op period, but I will make, a really strong effort now. So I'm taking 1,000 micrograms a day, and then I spoke to her again last night, and she wants me also to take thiamine, which is a B1 vitamin, and a multivitamin. And the other issue was that my blood pressure has gone through the roof. So when I saw my GP, he had given me this drug called Adalat to sort of work on the Raynaud syndrome. He said it dilates all the blood doodlies in your fingers to help the blood circulate all the way to the fingers and toes, and to give it a try. But in the meantime, he said, I want you to go every day to the drugstore and have your blood pressure checked. So I wasn't going to do that because A, I don't like those machines, and B, I find it really embarrassing to do that in public, because that's just me. And so I decided that since I go to a gym that is also a medical facility, that I would ask them to do the blood pressure checks for me. And 4 times a week is plenty, and I probably wouldn't have gotten to the drugstore 4 times a week anyway. So it took me about another week or 10 days to get back to the gym. I had a really long break. But when I went, I asked one of the floor staff, who are all medical professionals, to do a blood pressure check for me before I started to work out, and then I would just monitor it, 4 times a week for a month, like the GP wanted. And so he took my blood pressure, and it was 160 over 102 before the workout. And that was too high. So he wanted to restrict my activity. He asked me what I usually do, and I said, well, I do 6 miles on the elliptical, and I do 2.5 miles on the treadmill, and if I have time, I do another 8 miles on the bike, to be about 90 minutes of cardio. And he's like, okay, no elliptical today, and go and do the bike, and you can walk, but go and do the bike, and then we'll do another blood pressure check, and then you can do your walk. So I said, fine. I really wasn't concerned because, well, first of all, I don't really understand blood pressure so much, but the other reason was I was, was fine, felt fine. And other blood pressure checks, at the GP and at my OB and whatever, were about 150/90, so it didn't seem like that much bigger, but it is. Anyway, when I was finished the 30 minutes on the bike, which was easy, I mean, it wasn't a strain. I did 8.3 miles in 30 minutes on a level 9, no, like random up and downs. It was just straight. It was a workout, but nothing strenuous for me now. And it was 168/117, and my heart rate was really, really, really high. Like, I don't even remember, 127 or something. And so they wanted to check it again, and then they checked it again, and then my heart rate wouldn't come down, and it was really like staying rapid. They did an EKG, and they asked me to hold my breath, and they did this and that, and then they took my blood sugars, and my blood sugars were low. It was 3.9. I know in the States, I think you guys measure differently, like 70 to 120. Here in Canada, a normal range is, I think, between 5 and 7 or something. Anyway, below 4 is sort of emergent, and so they did, the blood sugar was 3.9, and then they made me drink an orange juice, and then they checked it 15 minutes later. It was still 3.9, so they made me take 3 glucose tabs, and that was 17 grams of sugar, and then they checked it again, and it was 4.3, so whatever. Then they wanted to keep me there, and they called Dr. Hayward, who is my GP, and they wanted me to go to the emergency room, and they wanted me to not go to the locker room unescorted. They had a nurse come with me to the locker room, and I was ready to leave. My husband was at the gym at the time, so they made him bring the car, leave my van at the gym, and take me home because Dr. Hayward said I didn't have to go to the emergency room, but I had to come and see him the next day. All very weird. They made me get a blood pressure monitor for home to check it every day. And then the next day, which was yesterday, I went to Dr. Hayward, and he gave me a blood pressure medication, which is a 2-in-1, an anti-hypertension drug, and a water diuretic. And so we'll give that a whirl for a month and check my blood pressure daily. And it could have all to do with my nutrition. So that is, maybe I'll make a 2-part video because I need to talk about the nutrition part. So the truth is that I have been feeling fine. I mean, I was a little headachy that morning, and I was, a little lightheaded. I hadn't eaten anything. I wanted to go to the gym. I really wanted to get my, I wanted to reach a weight loss goal, and was getting very over-focused on losing weight and sort of losing focus on, the whole purpose of losing weight is to be healthy. So for me to, be 104.4 pounds lighter than I was 15 months ago, 104.4, than I was a year ago, but on blood pressure medication, and seeing a neurologist and seeing a cardiologist now, and much various numbness, tingling, and whatever sensations, all these vitamin and nutritional deficiencies. I sort of lost focus on my health and was primarily focusing on my weight loss. So I will continue this momentarily. Excuse me.